Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mike Reviews. I'm Mike, and I'm joined with Kayla. Kayla, say hi.
Hi. Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, fine. Don't say hi. Phil, say hello to your fans.
Hello, everybody.
And we watched a visual masterpiece. A story 35 years in the making about a young boy who got a video camera at the age of 8 and decided to make the goriest film of all time. And
Is that really the backstory? Or?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He got a camera when he was 8 and made video. I was not looking at Wikipedia before this. I just knew this.
It's not his first horror film, though. He did do one before this.
Yeah, he had a couple. The mystery director that we're talking about here is, of course, the super successful, super famous director of Lord of the Rings and King Kong. And, of course, the movie we watched, a movie called Brain Dead, or the U.S. release, it's Dead Alive.
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive is the VHS cassette cover that I saw in literally every movie rental place. Like, there was a movie rental place at Kroger, and then there was like Family Video and Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that cover when I was a kid and not knowing what it was. And the cover was, like some lady ripping her mouth open and there was a skull inside. And I
definitely remember seeing that at Blockbuster, and I also didn't know what it is and did not rent it. But
man, you missed out.
The poster really stood out. It was memorable, to say the least.
Yeah, it did stick out. It made me want to see it. I didn't see it until I was probably 10, so around 1995, I think, if I had to pin it down. But it had been out on VHS for some time. So, Kayla, you had never seen this movie until last night when we watched it.
Right, correct.
Phil, you had seen it.
Yeah, actually at your house about, 25 years ago.
Maybe 20 years ago. Because I do remember that night. You bought it, right? You bought the DVD. We went to Media Play or something.
Media Play, yeah.
Yeah, a shout out to Media Play.
Yeah.
I remember we showed it to a bunch of people. I think you wanted to watch it, right? You said you wanted to watch it.
Well, actually, Cameron talked me into it, and I was like, all right, let's do it. I've never seen it.
20 years ago, you had never seen it. Someone bought it. I think you did. I think it was purchased at Media Play. And that was the first time you saw it when you were around 16.
Yep.
And I saw it when I was 10 or 11 or 12. I don't really remember exactly when. But it was a movie that stuck with me. The scenes stuck with me. Wow, Buffy is just being the worst dog. Hey, stop. Just stop, okay?
Hey, come on.
So, yeah, when I was much younger, I watched it as a child, and to say that the movie itself didn't haunt me, but many scenes in that movie haunted me, and I think we all know there's one particular scene that I think none of us can get out of our heads, and I'm glad that Chris bought me and Kayla a pizza during this scene and had it delivered right at the perfect time. He couldn't have done it 20 minutes earlier, but
I'm trying to figure out, there were so many scenes in this movie where I feel like you could be talking about, but one of the nastiest scenes is the pudding scene. But this is
the scene that I'm talking about.
Custard.
Oh, okay.
The custard, yes. We'll just talk about that scene. Let's get into the.
Well, just the whole movie is extremely gross and makes you want to puke and looks like it smells. So.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, quick rundown of the plot is that the movie starts in Skull Island, where there's some explorer that has some sort of vermin in a crate, and a bunch of natives are chasing him and try and kill him. And I guess it is a Sumerian rat monkey that is stop motion and super creepy, and the thing's bite will turn people into zombies. the guy gets killed. He gets bit, so the natives kill him, and somehow the rat monkey winds up in a zoo, and that's when we're introduced to our main character, Lionel.
Lionel, yeah.
And Lionel is a little wiener boy that is just completely infatuated with his mom, and she controls his life. And we've all met these types of mama's boys, and it's pretty sad that I know a lot of gentlemen that are basically just like Lionel.
Yeah.
The movie takes place, it's dated in the year 1957, so there's a lot of old stuff like old radios and religion. Like that's our Paquita is the love interest, and some old bitch just tells her, like, look, the next guy that knocks over a bunch of pencils and some fruit roll up is gonna be the love of your life. And she's just not about this dude, but then he knocks over the pencils and she's like, holy shit.
He knocks over the stuff and it makes a sign that her grandmother
Can you scoot
said.
over a little bit? Your shadow is making my green screen sad.
Oh my god, shut up. I can't even get out.
I'm just, oh yeah, Buffy's doing it too. Well, Buffy's gonna be in the video, I guess. Oh, I forgot to play the video. Shit. Okay, let me play it. We'll jog in here. Blah blah blah.
Skull Island. Do you think there's a Kong connection there? I mean,
Yeah, because when Peter Jackson did Kong, go ahead.
He actually
Phil.
shows that. He actually shows the rat monkey like crate in the King Kong movie.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, there's on their ship, I guess, in the background, there's a crate that says Sumerian rat monkey, and that's fun. That's fun. So,
but one quick question though. I know it says like he's writing partner is Fran Walsh. Is that also his wife or
his writing partner?
Well, he writes a lot with Fran. Well, she wrote this movie and Heavenly Creatures, I guess, with Fran Walsh.
Yeah, I don't know what Heavenly Creatures is.
Oh, it's another.
Well, I don't know. Do you know, Phil?
I actually do not.
Okay. Well,
It doesn't matter. I was just interested in who she was. Okay, the woman behind the man.
If you were interested, you should have done some homework. You've been playing fucking video games this whole time, all right? You could have. I pulled up Wikipedia and figured out a couple straight facts so it could look like I know what the I'm doing, okay?
Real quick.
All right, yeah, you could do it really quick too. All right, Mrs. Smart Guy with the phone.
I'm doing it right now.
Looking it up, you gotta get that off the internet, okay?
Oh,
Well, speaking of this movie,
Spouse, Peter Jackson, married in 1987.
Oh my God, was that so hard to do? Because you couldn't fucking do that.
Hard. You couldn't do.
You gotta interrupt the show and make us have a dead air moment. Like, who's this person? Like, we know who. Like, we fucking know who. What were you saying, Phil?
Well, there's multiple versions of this movie. Like the UK was just like, it's gory, it's fine, nothing's really bad about it. But in like, I think it was like Germany, they had they had to cut like 14 minutes of the movie off for like less gore and stuff.
I totally get it. I mean, it's pretty much the goriest movie that I've ever seen, and I honestly once I got over like how disgusted I was, like I realized, like they're taking it to they are taking it to the extreme. Like
very exaggerated.
Yeah. In the comedy and the horror on all ends, and it's like nothing I've ever seen, nothing I probably ever will see again. But
I have seen this now a total of 3 times, and I will say the first time I saw it, I didn't quite understand because I was still young. I was just watching anything that had monsters or horror of anything. When we watched it with Phil, I was like, this is actually not at all what I remember, but it's pretty crazy and pretty hilarious. I remember that night, we had a fucking blast. It was a great time.
There was a bunch of us.
Yeah, like we used to have like a ton of people over. We'd all just watch it, and Cameron would shush us when we talked during the movies.
That's one thing about this movie I was surprised with is the comedy still holds up very well. Like it is still really funny.
Oh yeah, which it in a lot of movies it doesn't hold up over time.
Yeah.
It kind of is stale, but god damn it, if this one, like, we were laughing our asses off last night. Not the whole time, but
Lionel reminds me of is the Spider-Man and in Spider-Man 3 when he's like walking around. He has like that same haircut and stuff.
Wait, you like overly confident
That's
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
That's when he's supposed
No.
to be really cool, though.
Yeah.
No, I
Lionel
know,
is
but
a little
he had-
wiener boy.
Yeah, you're right. But he reminded me of emo boy Spider-Man there.
I'll tell you
With
who
the
he
wearing
reminds
all
me
black.
of.
Well, who's that? Christian
when
Glover?
Martin
Just-
No, when Martin Short on
Actually.
SNL did what's his name with the hair?
Ed Begley? Ed
No,
Begley
with-
with the colic? Or alfalfa?
Alfalfa, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give it up for Betty White still making movies at this time.
God, if only this was Betty White. This actress did a great job of making me hate her from
No,
the first second I saw her.
No, I love this kind of actress. Like, just you could tell. I mean, she's clearly like an old school, like, oh, I was making movies in the 1930s, type actors, like, or 40s, but like, I don't know.
Elizabeth
I think she did a great
Moody.
job.
Elizabeth Moody died in 2010. She's got from 1982. Not old school, but she was probably a classic trained actress of the theater.
Yeah, definitely. She has some kind of training. I wouldn't be surprised if theater, just because of the way she, like, her voice, it really carries. She has that kind of voice.
So Lionel lives with his mom. His dad passed away, and his mom definitely exploits him and guilt trips him and treats him like complete garbage. Super possessive and dominant, and he's just a wimpy little wiener and doesn't do anything about it. He's just gonna live his life until mom dies, and that's when Paquita's like, I want to come over and trick you into taking me on a date. And he's like, well, shit, mom probably won't like that, but if I sneak out, I can do it. So she's very much in love with him because some old bitch told her that Jesus totally wants you to bang this weirdo. And she's like, well, all right, yes, sir, I'll do it. They go to the zoo on a date. That's Lionel and Paquita. And they go on, a nice little montage of romance. And it's just, by the book. Just, I think they're setting the scene to make everything somewhat normal so that they can pull the rug out from under you when his mom shows up. Well, that's when we first see the Sumerian rat monkey and the stop motion, and it rips off another monkey's arm and eats it, and it's foul and gross, and it really I remember I had nightmares about that fucking thing. I swear, like I couldn't shake the image of that more than the pudding scene, honestly, with this thing. But mom shows up to the zoo and gets bit by this infectious Sumerian rat monkey. Mm-hmm. And that's when she starts turning into a foul beast.
Hold on. Oh, man, you skipped it.
The bite?
She fucking kills the shit out of that thing, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
she whoops and she's like, you
Granny
motherfucker, you.
People
It's gross. I do love like the exaggerated close-ups on everyone's face. I love that guy. He's like, oh, gross. Let me take a picture. Yeah. So
Mom?
Of course he's on a date with this chick that is definitely out of his league. And mom shows up and he's like, sorry, are you good to walk home? I gotta take my mom home. She got bit by this fucking rancid, rabies-infested rat thing.
Have fun walking.
Yeah, you good to walk? Okay, cool, bye. So he takes mom home, and this about concludes Act 1, where Paquita shows up and wants some sweet loving in the middle of the night, while mom's in bed getting zombified, I guess. Is she like it's a zombie, right? Or is she just infected?
I would
to
say
be
this is a
zombies, I think.
zombie. Yeah.
But like she doesn't die because like after they killed somebody, they would turn back into the zombies. So she just got
was
bit
the
by it
start.
and it turned her. Yeah, it was the head vampire, I guess. So Lionel gets laid for the first time, and then mom wakes up at the beginning of Act 2.
Yeah.
Where she's expecting a fancy dinner party, and there's just oh god, this was so gross. Her bite is pulsating and goopy, and it probably stinks. And she's got herpes on her face,
stinks.
and she's still talking. But then suddenly, the I don't know who these people were. They had to approve a loan or a membership or something for this lady. Oh my God, yeah, we got to go to the scene.
Oh.
This is where they have a fancy dinner. And Kayla, don't look away. You need to
No,
see it.
this
I already saw it. God
this
damn it.
scene still gets me to this day, where she just presses on her arm and just splats out all this like pus in
Pus
this
and
guy's.
blood, yeah. Oh, and she did it on
Oh,
purpose. Like it looks
Yeah.
like she did it on purpose.
And
to,
he's
like-
enjoying it.
I don't think she understands.
Look
what's
at her
going on.
finger though. Look, she does it. We're gonna do it again, and you need to watch closely.
She, like,
I'm gonna
wanted
slow
to
it down. In
impress
fact,
these people though.
okay. I want you to watch her. She's like pressing it like you're popping a zit. See that?
Oh
See that?
my god.
When I was a
It's so
kid,
bad.
when I was a kid, I was like I ate a lot as a kid. I could not eat after this for
No
several
one
minutes. But oh man,
You know,
That-
because
See, I was almost done with this movie after this. Like, honestly, like, it already made
Yeah.
me want to puke, and then, like, that just was even worse.
I wish I had a reaction video of you seeing this scene for the first time last night, because I can't even describe like the joy it brought me to see you so disgusted and ready to quit on a horror movie, which is
Yeah.
like your thing.
There's only a few, like, horror movies that'll make me quit, and if it's, like, gross enough, like, that one, and then, like, another one that was, like, really gross and, like, grossed me out and I couldn't watch it as a kid was, like, Return of the Living Dead.
Oh,
Or, wait, Return of the Living Dead 3. The one with the woman. Phil, you probably know what I'm talking about. The one with the lady, and she has, like, the black with the nails. That was the cover
Yeah.
of the...
yeah, like she has
Yeah.
like the syringe nails or whatever.
Yeah.
oh, I remember that cover. I don't know if I
Yeah.
saw Return of the Living Dead 3. I did see Return of the Living Dead 2, but yeah. All right, so Lionel's mom is sick. She's eating all sorts of, I don't know, raw meat, I guess, because she's a zombie now, or she's not quite zombie. And I
getting
remember
there.
this part too also got me when Paquita shows up, her dog runs upstairs, and then you hear the dog yipe, and you go upstairs to see mom just kind of sitting on the floor with a bunch of blood everywhere. And Lionel pulls out this dog tail and spine out of her mouth, and Paquita says, "Your mom ate my dog." Jesus Christ.
Tell you the truth, I don't watch movies where dogs die in, but you know,
Right.
I didn't. But this movie, I kind of just like was just like whatever. This
Like,
movie's,
what was that movie, Marley and Me? And it was like, oh, cool, it's a movie with Owen Wilson and a cute golden retriever. Oh, but that dog for sure dies at the end. I'm never gonna
Yeah.
watch it. There's
Me
no
either.
way that dog survives at the end.
I've
right?
never watched that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch it because it's for sure gonna happen, and I'm gonna be emotionally invested, and I'm totally not gonna cry. So yeah, at least they didn't really go too gory with the dog, because like,
Oh, yeah.
again, that does tug on the emotions, but like when it's just a gory mess and it's just real
No,
quick.
we didn't really know the dog. We only saw the dog in a couple scenes. Like, I
Yeah.
wasn't too attached to the dog.
it doesn't
But,
matter.
I wanted to just, like, shout out to special effects, because I feel like they probably didn't have too much money with this thing, and like all the special effects are just.
They said
really
the budget
good.
was a $3 million.
$3 million.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And like I was skimming, I was
too
skimming.
bad for 1990 though.
That's pretty good, yeah. That's pretty decent. I guess there was some, like, while he was making it, I think there was a bunch of excitement in Japan, and a bunch of Japanese investors just gave him extra money, and he was like, oh, okay, well,
Oh.
let's buy more blood.
Oh.
I don't know if those facts are right. I spent 45 seconds skimming, so I could be wrong.
I mean, at least $1 million of those dollars were spent on gore and blood. So
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
I-
I bet most of it was put into special effects.
I forget what the exact amount of fake blood they used, but it was quite a bit.
Yeah, it was a record-breaking amount, and I don't know what it is either. But I loved all of the props in this, all of the well, just all the special effects, everything that they like handmade. We've got to get to the baby, like,
Oh my god.
because I think we're gonna talk about that for a while. Anyway, Mom bites this nurse that tries to save her or tries to help her. Nurse immediately turns into a zombie, and the nurse is another. It just doesn't want to leave. She's here for the rest of the movie, but he locks Mom and the nurse in the basement, and he tries to pretend like everything's cool. Where are we at? That's where he finds a Nazi taxidermist. I didn't understand a single word this guy said.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, me either.
He went over to the shelf and he's like, I have something you would like. And he pulls up this giant bottle and it says tranquilizer. It's like, man, I was hoping it would be in a giant
Right
bottle like
next
that.
to the bottle that says poison.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, you don't want to mix those two up.
Yep. And Lionel's plan is to just, I guess, I assumed it was intentional that he was injecting it into her brain through her nose, because he never missed every time he had one of these syringes full of tranquilizer just right in the nose. And she's like, well, okay, I'll go to sleep. So he keeps tranking these disgusting monsters, I don't know, every so many hours, and he went through that whole bottle pretty quick.
I never understood that scene.
What, the
It was
water
the
scene?
repressed memory of him watching
Oh, yeah.
his mom drown his dad.
Well, that spoiler, Kayla.
Oh, sorry.
Spoiler. He keeps talking about how when he was a kid, there was an incident where he was drowning and his mom saved him. But it turns out that his mom is such a vile woman that she caught her husband cheating on her, and he drowned both his mistress and her husband. And Lionel stood there watching as his kid. So we continue with the movie. Lionel's scared. He talks to this old bitch, whatever. We go to Mom's.
The best character in the movie.
I was about to say, it's my favorite character. I was so sad when he turned, spoilers, when he turned into a zombie.
Yes.
I expected him to be kicking ass through the rest of the movie, but.
So we're at Mom's wake. Oh, this was that cameo Caleb picked up on Peter Jackson cameo. He's the mortician that eats a bite. He's got the sandwich on her gut. This prop is just so great. It's just simple. It's disgusting, and just
He straight up
love
takes
it.
a bite out of the sandwich too.
There's two sandwiches and it just starts gushing and just extreme exaggerated close up, the eyes goop. Oh, but I love the scene where the one guy's like, all right, we got to get her back, and he just pops her eyes back by slapping his hand.
Ew.
Yeah, so I guess that was Peter Jackson right there.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's supposed to be him with the glasses.
Yeah. This is great.
It doesn't really look like him.
So at Mom's wake, she's starting to get up. He has to trank her some more. This priest is giving the wake or giving the eulogy, I guess, and they go to bury her. But Lionel shows up in the middle of the night to, I guess, dig her up. Is he going to trank her some more? I don't know what his plan was here.
I think probably just to take her back to the basement because he knows
she'll get out.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually did save from a big zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, if it wasn't for his dumbass
He kept
uncle.
everything in his house, and
He saved the town from a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, if you really think about it, he kept everybody in their basement. If it wasn't for that stupid party, everybody would be cool right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the party that was weird. It just showed up. Everyone just showed up like seconds after Lionel's uncle was like, "I'm gonna blackmail you for the house." Okay, so here are the priest is like, "What the fuck? These hooligans are out in my cemetery, and I gotta whoop some ass." What's the line, Phil?
I kick ass for the Lord.
I kick ass for the Lord. And he just starts going ham on these dudes. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Here he is. He shows up. Damn it. Why is my mouse not working?
I'm trying to get some.
There it is.
Did I miss it? Oh no, he beats him up and then he says it.
There we go.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Oh,
So
man.
this scene right here is why I think this movie is great.
Yeah,
Like the beginning
You're
of the
right.
movie was fun, but this is where I was just like, I was hooked. This is where I was devastated that they just decided to spoiler alert, kill him so quickly.
immediately, yeah. You're just like,
Yeah.
cool, as long as he's in my corner, we're gonna survive this one. And then they're like, nope, But you're fuck. This
Yeah.
dude, he was too tough.
I think I audibly was like, oh no.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
immediately have a new hero to root for, and you're like, this is fucking great. Yeah, beat those greasers up. The
Because
zombies.
this scene just came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, there's like, this movie literally has it all. It has comedy, romance, martial arts, like everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love all the props, man. They're fun. Like some of them kind of look real, and then some of them look just ridiculous. But
It's very
fine.
Evil Dead-ish.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Karate kick,
Boom.
and then he just offs himself by accident. That's what sucks.
Well, he was bit
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, he was bit.
Yeah.
I guess so.
The
Yeah.
head landed on him.
And like you could tell, like all the extras and the actors are just like, okay, yeah, I gotta go on, and just having a fucking
oh my gosh,
blast.
I bet they are. The dinner scene is like so hilarious.
Right here.
Oh, this scene is.
Yeah.
The dinner scene right after. So he's got the four current. There's only four zombies. There's mom. There's the nurse. There's one of the greasers, and the priest. Actually, there's more. It's just these four are here, and he brings out
I
the
don't know.
custard left over from dinner and puts a bunch of tranquilizer in it, and they're having problems eating it. And this was fucking hysterical. Just this guy crying, everybody eating wrong, and Lionel just like, God damn, fucking zombies are such a handful.
That scene. Right?
Gross.
Oh man.
But this leads into this leads into the priest and the nurse getting frisky under the table and looking at each other. Oh God, the face, like she's so foul.
Oh. The little baby.
So yeah, that whole scene's great. And then like, yeah, what? His uncle shows up, and he's like, "Oh, you got two people banging in that room? Can
Yeah.
I'll just go in and watch? Get the fuck out, dude." I guess it's the 50s, right? When you show up to someone's house and you hear people fucking in the back
No.
room, and you're just like, "Let me have a peek."
No, there should be less of that in the 50s.
I mean, what if it? Because like porn wasn't as readily available. Like, yeah, I heard you had to buy like porn magazines back in the day.
What are those?
Weird, yeah. So he leaves, uncle leaves, and in the meantime, this nurse gives birth to an abomination child. Lionel breaks up with Paquita, and he comes home to find my favorite part of the movie, this disgusting zombie baby that's half nurse, half priest. And
Wait, okay, 1 second though. Like, I love this scene for where it goes after, but like when we initially saw this, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Leave that goddamn abomination under the fucking bucket in your basement.
Yeah,
Like,
you-
don't take it
he
out.
took the time to put a bucket on top of it, and he just put a giant cinder block on top of the bucket, and it was just like, no, that's just where you live now.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm
You're a
gonna take
bucket
it
baby
to the
now.
park and pretend it's a real baby because I don't know.
No, I don't
Why?
know what he's
Just-
thinking, but it ends up being hilarious though.
It's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Easily, this is the
one
best
of my
part of the
favorite
movie.
parts, yeah, for sure.
Just him pushing the cart, the thing, the cart hitting everything. He's got barbed wire in there so the thing doesn't bite
yeah.
him. And let's go a little bit more. The baby falls out, and it's definitely not a midget in a mask.
Of course not.
But like, yeah, sometimes it's a doll that you could tell like the key grip just through, and sometimes it's the midget, and sometimes it's the puppet, and like the puppet, and when it laughs, oh my god,
It's like Baby Sloth from the Goonies.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, this thing is like fast, I guess.
Yep.
And it's like okay, and
Well, you know, it has like child's play speed, right? Chucky speed.
he just grabs it, he's shaking it around. God, get him.
Punches
Get
it.
the-
Is it?
You're like, oh, that must have been a real bad baby. I haven't punched my child like that. He's just hitting him against the rail. Dude, that's... yeah.
Oh my.
I've never laughed so hard in like a movie like the first, like when we watched this together 20 years ago. We couldn't stop laughing for like weeks. This is so good. I expect that this scene was written around the movie. Like, all right, we gotta have a scene, we gotta make the movie, we gotta have the baby in there. Or for some reason he goes there, but whatever. Just start filming because this is fucking great.
Sometimes I wish like they would just like start filming it in a park where no one actually knows what's actually going on.
Oh, so you can get like genuine reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that would be as funny, except like that's just a different type of humor. That's like,
Yeah.
that's just a different type. Where if somebody was like punching a baby, you might get someone who'd be like, dude.
Well,
you can't
I'm
punch
talking
a
about like
baby.
the scene where like he's like playing with the cart and it was like rolling down, like watching people just be
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think like those reaction videos would be good, but I don't think they for this. Nah.
You would think this scene right here, the uncle actually got bit by a zombie with all the herpes on his face, but he hasn't yet.
No, he got bit by a hooker. So we come back. Uncle, I don't know.
Meatloaf.
Uncle,
I call him Uncle Meatloaf. Actually.
Uncle Meatloaf is perfect. Uncle Meatloaf is ready to call the police on these. I guess it's illegal to have zombies in your basement. Blackmails Lionel. Says, "Yo, I really wanted all that inheritance. It'd be a shame if I called the cops." Lionel's all, dude, you can have the fucking house, man. And he's like, okay, but you got to stay here and cook for this giant party. Like, dude, no, I'm leaving. I'm out of there. He's like, no, you got to make like finger food. And also, do you have some, oh God, they didn't have it in the 50s. Abreva? What's the herp medication you put on your face?
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that none of us do know. So
He's like, it's a cold sore. No, man, it's herpes. You got that for life. The party, all of a sudden, just everybody, all of Uncle Meatloaf's friends are here, and they Paquita finds Paquita shows up and finds the bodies, and she's like, yo, you gotta kill these fucking monsters. It's not your mom. He's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna feed her a bunch of this poison. I'm not gonna check the other side of the bottle because why bother? It's not like anything else is written on it. He finds out that he fed all the zombies animal stimulants, and now they went crazy meth zombie on him. And this is Act 3 of the film, where the zombies just go ham on all of these guests, and the entire party turns into zombies short of like 3 people.
yep, this is probably the goriest. Oh gosh.
Yeah, so this last
Sorry, I just got
half hour-
lost. I got lost with when I was watching his ribcage get ripped out again.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like watch all of it and talk because
Like
it's
this.
so interesting. You know, just every
Yeah.
death is unique.
Yeah.
Every
right,
bite is
right.
different. But I mean, we can't.
It's like it seems like Peter and Fran were just like, what? Like, okay, we love like the gore and all that stuff from horror movies. Like, let's make a movie where we can just do everything fun. And I think maybe a lot of it probably had to do with the extra money. Like, they could probably do a lot more.
Yeah, like, oh, if we got extra money, we could get more of these. Like, we can get
Yeah.
a set of organs that looks at itself
Like,
in the mirror.
I wonder if like the extra money was like put into a lot of it was put into like the puppet at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
for
maybe.
sure. That thing was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
We're kind of. It's hard to talk about the third act. It's just there's so much going on.
Right.
But the
Yeah.
party goes nuts. Everybody turns into a zombie, and they're trying to escape. There's nowhere to go. Oh boy,
Every single time you cut off a limb, it turns live anyways.
Yes, that's right. Everything is
Yeah.
alive. So if it chops off the hand's alive. Like the greaser from earlier, they chop him in half, and he's stuck in a toilet. And then when Lionel runs out, his legs are still there, just kicking him. It's fucking stupid funny. And it's doing the classic cartoon slip on the blood gag. Okay. Got zombie light bright. I kind of like the blender thing, but the organs crawling around and like strangling him and like pulling him up like a rope. That was just weird. I just like, why? Because probably they spent like a lot of money on this fucking puppet, and they're like, we gotta put more screen time in here.
Yeah, right.
Uncle Meatloaf finds out that if you just chop them up into little pieces, they turn into zombie soup and they die.
Especially that scene was actually really funny too, when everybody's like running into the kitchen. Do we
And he was, that was
when
good,
he-
yeah. And he's just chopping.
Yeah.
There's a very cartoony scene where he's like squishing this zombie. It's just, man, oh god, the diarrhea soup coming out of his neck. There's too much to break down this scene, but eventually Mama wakes up and she's a giant zombie
she's
rat
the-
monster.
Yeah, she's a super zombie.
Super zombie. She's the final boss.
Right.
And she
No,
can
no,
talk.
you skipped probably the most intense scene where he grabs the lawnmower to chop everybody up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that is probably where all the gore actually went.
That was well done too. You know, finally he's had enough of this bullshit, and he gets the lawnmower and chops them all up. He takes several passes. This was actually something that I took issue with because, like, first off, this guy's a wimp, and he can pick up the lawnmower and hold it this way, but then also with one hand he can just pull start it like it's nothing.
Oh yeah.
No, find me a lawnmower you can pull start once without. Just once, like, especially in the 50s. Dude, I remember when I had to cut the grass and I had to start the lawnmower, it was like 30 pulls and then wait for it because it got flooded, and then 30 pulls more and then wait for it and be like, dude, Dad, I don't know why. Did you flood it again? Fuck, man. Do you want me to cut the lawn or not? But yeah, he can, I guess he can start it. And then, yeah, there was a great gag where that greaser zombie pins him down and he's holding the lawnmower and he can't reach the pull start.
Yeah.
So he reaches behind him and grabs a severed arm, and then that pulls it. And I'm like, that's even harder to pull start. How does it grip? It's not a realistic movie. 2 thumbs down. No. So super gore scene, lots of blood, lots of splatters.
But that's what's great about it. It's not realistic at all, and they realize it, and they're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna do.
Not fuck it. That was the plan. That was the design.
I mean, yeah. But
It's not like they watched it and they were like, wow, this is gorier than I expected.
This movie definitely had too many rewrites. Just joking.
This was weird. Yeah, the baby, the baby shows up inside this lady's face and rips her face apart, and then like walks her around. I guess she's a zombie at this point, so whatever. House catches on fire. Mama shows up and they climb to the roof. And this, she's so gross. I remember that the rat monster too as a kid made me sick because she had her giant fat rat mama ass just full on display. Like, it was just sick. Finally, what's her name?
This creature actually reminded me of Pumpkinhead, but less
Pumpkinhead.
large.
Not as large, okay. Finally, Lionel decides he's going to stand up to Mom. I'm not going to take you anymore. All right, just leave me alone. And then she stuffs him back in her gigantic fat gut, her pregnant belly. She's like, you live with Mama now. But he has the holy scepter from the old gypsy woman, I guess. And I guess kills her somehow by stabbing it out.
Ripping out of her stomach. Ripping out of the stomach, I'm pretty sure.
And that killed her, I guess?
Yeah.
Or maybe she died of a broken heart because he chose a wife instead of living with Mama until she dies.
Yeah.
That's really that's the true monster in this movie, was Lionel for abandoning his mom after after she'd been dead for 2 days.
Lionel did it.
Lionel did it. Shut up. You can't do 2 back to back.
Well, you kind of started it.
Well, yeah, you're right. And then they kiss. They kiss with all this fucking gross slime that probably is infectious.
No, she
like,
kisses him after the lawnmower thing too, and there was like this big long drool coming out of her.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, that's so nasty. So yeah, this movie, very, very foul, very disgusting, absolutely hysterical. Kayla, what were your thoughts seeing it for the first time?
Well, my thought at first was, like you said, I didn't, well, it's just like I was grossed out. And then it's like, oh, okay, I get it. Like I said, like they're not trying to be, this isn't trying to be some nightmare, I'm sorry, not nightmare, but Night of the Living Dead, where it's like, oh, we're doing realistic zombie things. No, we're gonna do a horror zombie that's just like, just everything we've ever wanted to do horror wise in a movie. Like
they were like, okay, they got a whiteboard, probably a chalkboard back then. And they were like, write any idea down, and then they're like, we're not throwing anything out.
Yeah, but I mean, when I said fuck it, I just meant like we're just going all out, you know?
Yeah.
And I love it. Like that, it's great. Like they get it. Or well, obviously, I mean, Peter Jackson and Fran.
He did such a good job. They're like,
they're brilliant.
We want you to make the next biggest blockbuster that'll be known forever of history. It is the one and only movie starring Michael J. Fox, The Frighteners. After this, he did one of my favorite movies of all time. Also something like the Lord of the Rings or some shit, but yeah. Phil, any favorite zombies on your end?
Well, definitely the priest.
Yeah.
I mean, personally,
that is a correct answer.
I don't really like zombie movies at all, but some reason this one has always stood out to me. I always enjoyed it. It was funny. Like I didn't watch it as a zombie movie. I watched it just for like a good time.
Yeah, and it was it's like exceeded expectations time and time again. Just you could tell everyone involved was having a blast. Like the people doing the gore, people doing the props, the costumes. I don't know much about movie production, but I can tell that there's a lot of effort and artistic ability went into this. And you just like everyone just took it as seriously as you had to the point that you can get away with punching a prosthetic baby doll. I don't even know if it's prosthetic, but just how much do you think they were laughing when this dude is like, all right, we got to do another take where you punch the baby? Just okay. Yeah. It's awesome. Fantastic. I don't want to watch it ever again. I don't need to see that lady drain her pus arm and that dude's custard anymore.
Yeah.
I could not find it anywhere to watch it, so I watched it on YouTube, if anybody's wondering.
Yeah, it was just up on YouTube, just for free, for everyone. Peter Jackson announced in 2018 that he was going to release this in 4K. Now, I don't know if there's a 4K release of it now, but would you want to watch this in 4K?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Personally, I would know. I wonder what version we're actually watching.
Definitely not the 4K version.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about like, is this the 94-minute one?
It's 143 minutes. I think it's the full length one.
Okay. Because I would like to see what is like actually different about it.
Right. I think they explain what's in the different ones and on Wikipedia. I skimmed over it because I saw this one was one of the longer ones. But yeah, I guess the US cut was 84 minutes. I think.
See, like, okay, I would not watch this film again, but it's like I probably, unless like we were having another viewing thing or somebody wanted to watch it, I probably would not turn it on. Like, it's not going to be like one of my
if a bunch of people were, if we were going to go watch a movie somewhere, or like we went to the theater and you could bring your own DVD and someone suggested this, like you'd be like, actually, this actually would be a fun movie to watch with a crowd of people because we're all laughing.
Sure. And it's a great movie, but it's also like really disgusting. It
is very disgusting, and because of that, they win. They accomplished their goal. They did what they needed.